Before I welcome our guests, I'd just like to invite those who have not already done so. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Magnimind Academy. We upload recorded sessions of these talks so you can watch them later. And you can also comment any questions or thoughts you have on YouTube just in the comment section below. Thank you. Now I'd like to welcome Nancy Lee, who will be presenting her talk on how to get a job during COVID-19. We really try to find speakers who can give like really current information or a different perspective on the information in order to go along with our data science education programs. These programs range from focusing on fundamental skills of data science all the way to helping a career change into the industry. And our goal at Magnimind is impacting the careers of as many people as we can. And this is just one way that we do so. Nancy Lee joins us as the Director of Product at Cox Communications, where she works to help shape the company and its vision based on the needs of consumers and emerging technologies available. Over her 10-year career, Lee has worked for companies such as Verizon and Shell, working in products and having as many as 30 people working under her at a time. Graduating from Donghua University in Shanghai, Lee went on to get a PhD in materials science and engineering from Boston University. And before I turn it over to her, I'd just like to welcome our CEO, Murat Bade, who will be speaking a little bit more about our upcoming education opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's event. We have a fantastic speaker today, Nancy Lee. And I watch her YouTube, and you will learn a lot today. I hope it will be beneficial. So before I let her to start, I'd like to talk about our program starting deadline is next week. So before that, I also mentioned that we organized so far more than 120 events around 1.5 years as a Magnimind Academy. That started as a local and Bay Area, Silicon Valley. Now it has been global after COVID started. We double our events, and our speakers now from all over the world. I hope you guys enjoy free webinars, workshops, and boot camps. And I even tell many times that it is really a lot of enrichment for so many people, especially if you just continue on free webinars and free boot camps. You will have a good understanding of data science. We do a lot of Python, SQL, and a lot of other languages. I hope you guys enjoy it. And those free webinars is giving you a great idea about different domains. So it is really beneficial, at least for me, that I learn what is going on in different industries, what people are doing in different areas. So now I will introduce you our program. This is actually our unique and maybe only product as a Magnimind we are offering, which I will share my screen. We are offering mentorship bootcamp. And I guess I will try to share the screen. Let me see. Okay.
It said only host can share. I don't know who is a host.
I guess I should be assigned to be a host. So if Hussein can assign me the host, I can share that quickly. Okay. I'm our co-host. This is that screen is different than what I used to. Okay, I can share at least this one. Can you guys see me? Can you see that, Nancy?
Yes, I can.
Okay, our mentorship bootcamp, what our goal is, we offer people a lot of free programs. They can enrich and come to some certain level, some basic understanding of Python, data science, machine learning. If they study well, and they will be qualified for mentorship program. And the training, a lot project oriented. So we have projects and we have different modules, and different modules you learn different aspects of data science. And we have mentors from top companies. And during the also modules, also other than modules, you're exposed to 5-6 mentors. And what we have also, we do practice interviews. We bring also qualify people from different industries. They interview our students. And I will skip that now. I'll talk about that later. We have career coaching. So we will go over your resume, what you have achieved, accomplished, what you need to continue. So our program is more like a personalized education because we understand your needs and we support what you're missing, what you're lacking, to able to perform the projects to get ready what the industry is doing. And we actually put that program new is the interview Q&A. So we have a really talented instructor. He's just working on maybe every 2 weeks, going over the interview Q&A and getting ready for getting you ready for interviews. And we have a resume support as well. We connect people also with the recruiters. And at the end of the program, if you just qualify and finish all the tasks, you'll be also, there's opportunities for internship with the companies we work with. And this is either companies that we are collaborating with, or maybe internal projects that Magnimind is working on, or maybe external project. We provide internships so you can continue to develop yourself, improve yourself. And this is really the general structure. It's a 10 weeks program, and we have NLP, distributed machine learning, and deep learning modules. And we have all the other components throughout the 10 weeks we are spreading. So our goal with this program, for the people who has some base background, fundamental background, but they don't have a chance to work on projects, although they have projects, but they didn't work on real projects. Let's give everyone a good opportunity to get good fundamental skills to work on any company. Just to conclude with that, Nancy will talk about how to get a job. That's the most essential part. I think it's the most essential component for all our programs. Thank you, Nancy, for today's talk. Hopefully everyone will like it. Thank you.
Nice. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you for the opportunities. Let me share my screen right now so you guys can see my deck. And present. Comment on the chat if you guys can see my deck. Let me see the chat function.
Yes.
So great, awesome. Awesome. So in general, when I give a talk, I like to be very engaged with all the audience. And something very special about me is that actually Murad earlier mentioned that I'm a YouTuber. That's why I like to engage with my audience. I suggest all of you guys pay close attention to the questions I impose and ask you guys. And hopefully it's going to inspire your new strategy of landing a job during the pandemic. And today, when I give this talk, I will turn off my video at the beginning when I go through all the deck. Towards the end, I'm going to turn on the camera so that we do not have these distractions. Okay, so let me turn off my camera right now. All right. Great. Okay, so I can see all the chat windows, so feel free to send it to all panelists and all the audience. So make sure when you send anything, all the panelists and all attendees as well, because I will ask you lots of questions. It's very engaging. All right, so today I'm going to share with you guys regarding how I got 4 product manager jobs offers during the pandemic. And my name is Dr. Nancy Lee. Before we get started, I want to give you some promises, because the entire 45 minutes presentation, I want to show you that how can you land your dream job with full confidence and get interview making great progress through networking effectively and confidently present yourself at those interviews. And make sure you stay until the end, because I have a resume template bonus towards the end. So make sure you stay. And before we even getting started, I know most of you guys must be millennials. You're getting distracted with TikTok, Instagram. So I suggest all of you guys turn off your distractions, put your phone away, because this 45 minutes is going to change completely how you land a job and using the most effective way to get to your dream career. Okay, so let me also guess why you're here today, right? So I guess 3 reasons you're here today. The first reason here, you might be thinking about, you feel like there are not enough opportunities out there. You're trying to find out how to land interviews during the pandemic with severe competition. If one, it is you, type 1 in the chat and make sure to respond to all panelists and attendees. The second reason you're here today, what I guess is you feel frustrated. You have tried to apply for jobs online, but have never had heard back from the recruiters. If number 2 is you, type 2 in the chat. Number 3, you're here today was because you don't have the right experience. Let's say I assume you guys want to become a data scientist. You don't have the right experience. You want to know how to bridge the gap. If 3 is you, type 3 in the chat. So there are 1, 2, 3. Let me see what you guys have. If you have more than the 3 reasons, type other and what you have, right? So come on the chat so that I can focus my talk to your pain point. So in the chat, I see, so make sure to respond to all panelists and attendees. I've seen like 30 response right now. I don't know how many you guys can see. Let me just read it quickly. I can see lots of 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, all of the above. Oh, actually we see a lot of everything, guys. Great, we're gonna cover everything. I see 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. If it's 4, comment what is the 4th reason you're here today that wasn't covered by me. Okay, I'm able to read all the chat at the same time. Awesome. Okay, so number 4, I see that find recruiters and not ATS. What is ATS? Assistant, teaching student. I'm okay. I don't know. So come on the chat. I'm gonna figure out. All right. So career change. Awesome. Okay. Let me get into the main chat, main talk today. All right. So regardless, why you're here today, I want to promise that I've been there before and I will support you until you get a job finding the right strategy. I see one of the common number 5 is a return to workforce after gap. Amir saying that, actually that's a great question. I have one of my students, she is a stay-home mom for 14 years. I'm going to use that as an example. Hopefully it's going to inspire you to do more. All right, you might ask who is Dr. Nancy Lee, why she's giving a talk today. And actually I specialize in product management and I am a director of product. I'm also a YouTuber and I am product manager coach with high efficiency. Myself specializing in efficiency. When I say that means I like to spend the least amount of effort to get the maximum result. I became a director of product within 4 years. I was also the youngest engineering PhD with 14 publications and 2 patents. So I specialize and figure out what's the best way, most effective way. Do not apply for jobs, like 700 jobs out there and you get 7 interviews, right? So what is the best way to get there? That's what I'm specialized in. And on top of that, besides the professional career, I also want to tell you something personal about myself. I'm also immigrant. I'm the first person in my family who got an engineering degree. I'm the first person in my family who went to college and eventually became a PhD. I'm also the first woman in my family who actually got to any engineering degree. So if you're also the first, comment on the chat. I'm the first of what? Finish the sentences. So I actually saw my student when they asked what's your first, the best answer I heard was I'm the first Emmy Award winner, something like that. So tell me you're also the first. Comment on the chat. You are the first of what? You could be the first person go to college as well, or the first person got an MBA, or first like generation immigrant as well. So I see that Jazzy said first in my family to graduate college. Same here. Amir said first engineer in your family. Arati said first immigrant. Yeah, first yoga teacher. I like that. You should do some YouTube videos. Lastly said the first generation college graduate. I'm proud of all of you guys. Jay-Z said your first immigrant and family. Eric, first immigrant, first female, and Wendy, first female engineers. Harry said the first MBA. I'm so proud of all of you guys. Karen said first to live overseas. Same here, guys. Yeah, I think we have a lot in common. I'm also very proud of all of you guys. Today you're here was because you want more. You want to advance your career, and you already become the first and break many doors and many challenges. Now, let me help you to get into the next level. And something about me, I'm also the first ballroom dancer in my family as well. Let's get into the main part. Now, let's talk about something professional. As I mentioned, I specialize in efficiency. Let me quickly tell you about where I get started. Actually, I went to the fashion design school back in China. And in 2019, I just felt like I want to do something about engineering. So actually applied for grad schools in the US, and I got 5 offers. All of them was full scholarship. And eventually I decided to go to Boston University to study material science. And a few years later, I became the youngest engineering PhD in my program. However, as soon as graduated, I realized the youngest engineering PhD is about to get unemployed, because at the time, the job market is still not good, and they didn't have the right skills to even get a job. And a few years later, I decided to transition to product management. So my first job was an engineer, and I just really want to transition into business. And that's why I decided to try to become a product manager, because a perfect combination between business and the technical side. So eventually, within 3 months, I got 3 offers and become a product manager. And I also get 30% raise. Recently, during COVID, what I'm teaching you guys today is that I got 4 offers in total, and 3 of those are direct product offers. I also got 40% raise during COVID. And do you know that what's behind all the fast growth? When I applied for the director positions during COVID, that was in April this year, guys. So my managers and people around me in my old company said, you're not even 1/3 qualified. Don't even imagine getting a director. You're not even a director during COVID. Impossible. People just laugh out loud. But I was like, you know what? I'm not qualified. Maybe just give a shot. Who knows what's gonna happen? So within 2 months, I got 3 director of offers, and it's a slap on their face. And in total, as I mentioned, the path I got a job offer goes through this. I identified 20 jobs in April, and I networked with 10 companies. And 6 companies offered me an interview, and I got 4 offers. And 3 of those offers are direct product offers, and the other one is senior product manager offer. And the reason I'm teaching all of you guys today is that my long-term goal actually is to build 100 schools in China to teach kids from middle-income families entrepreneurship. Honestly, I'm proud of all of you guys. You get to America already. There's a lot of people didn't even have the resources, have the inspiration, have the money to get here. I didn't have the money when I moved here. I only had $800. But I had the opportunity being able to use the right skill set to sell myself and get offers come here. So I really want to educate more people, especially those who is not able to get American education. That's my long-term goal. So therefore, I'm trying to teach all of you guys the best knowledge I know. Hopefully, sometime down the road, you will become the next Steve Jobs and next Mark Zuckerberg. You can help me to achieve my long-term goal as well. Okay, so now let's think about how exactly what I need to teach today, right? What I realized something very interesting is myself as a director of product at Cox Communication, I also used to work for Verizon and Shell Oil. When I interviewed more than 100 candidates, I realized that most of the people are not on the decision-making table. They only see that I was the only women, or maybe the only minorities, and majority of people who I work with, they're not on the decision-making table, whoever look like me. And then once I sit on the other side of the table, I see how decisions were made. Then I was determined to bring more people like me to climb up the career ladder to become the director, VP, and CEO of corporate America. So therefore, I start to make my YouTube channels. Oh, by the way, my subscription number has been gone up since I take the screenshot. Feel free to take a screenshot here and find me on YouTube, where you're able to see lots of job hunting advice. I mainly teach product management and also salary negotiation. I had the latest live webinar talking about how to get promoted as a female minority. Feel free to go to my YouTube channel and watch this video. It is highly recommended. And when we talk about job hunting, you might feel like it's kind of crashing confidence because you get so many rejections. And there's a crazy number I heard. Actually, he was a data scientist. He reached out to me, I think a few months ago. He's just trying to learn the soft skills he want to have. I was like, you know what? I specialize in product management, but let me understand what's your pain point. And this person applied for 700 jobs, he told me. This data scientist, he applied for 700 jobs online, and he only got 7 interviews. Totally crashing confidence, just having so many like rejection emails, or nobody even rejected you, they just disappeared, right? So therefore, job hunting, it is very like crashing confidence, not very comfortable going through this process. However, today, I want you to imagine this. What does it look like? What does it feel like if companies are competing against each other to make you an irresistible offer to join their team? I'm going to teach you how to get there by teaching you my top 3 strategies to land a job during this pandemic. Of course, I specialize in product management. Today, I'm going to apply the same knowledge to data scientists as well. And first of all, let me ask all of you guys this question. What's your background? Comment on the chat. What's your background? I assume you want to become a data scientist, but what's your original background? Where you come from? Then you want to transition into data scientist. Comment on the chat so that I can tailor today's talk to your background. Also give you some specific examples as well. So put it on the chat and I will see your background as well. And make sure you respond to all panelists and attendees. I see some comments saying that data scientist. If you're data scientist, why you're here today? So yeah, tell me what your background is. If you don't tell me your background, so I will assume everybody already know what you're talking about, right? So I see someone comment on Q&A directly. Hold on, let me. Boeing engineer. The chat function is disabled. Can you guys enable the chat function on the host, please? Yeah, because
I accidentally disabled, sorry.
Okay, great.
It's good now.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Okay, no wonder. I was like, you guys all know everything. Why I need to talk? All right, so I see people responding right now to all panelists and attendees. Make sure you do that. I'm reading the response. Lots of people from Ajit, you said engineering. Haiti, Boeing engineering. That's very impressive. You make airplanes. Ashush, you said you're chemical engineer. Yes, my PhD was in material science. That's great. We are very similar. Murar said retail planning, VJ, healthcare IT, Laurie, pre-post sales analyst. I see more engineering and math. Sonia, data scientist, already data scientist, that's awesome. And Harry, you are in business, and Jazzy said client service and psychology, that's awesome. Amy, software engineer, Amy, data scientist, Luke Lee, statistics, Amir, EECS background, and Huyen, and computer engineering, QA, software accountant. I see there's lots of trend here. I see people, lots of you guys have engineering background or computer science type of background, and few of you guys have different kind of business background. That's and management and financial. That's awesome. I see we have so many comments here. That's amazing, guys. Okay, so let me continue so that we can talk more regarding how it's relevant to your background as well. Myself is an engineer, so I think it's very relevant. First of all, let me teach you when and where to find opportunities. Okay, you might thinking about this question right now. Yes, let's face the market right now. It is true. It's 100% the fact that there are like 50% less job openings during COVID. It is true. I have connections with lots of recruiters. It is 100% true. However, what you need to focus is what you can control. It's not COVID-19, which is not, it's out of control, out of my control, out of everybody's control, right? Focus on what you can control. Now, let me also tell you the truth. If you become the top 1% candidate, you can get a job everywhere. You can also get multiple job offers, okay? All you need to avoid is that as long as you are the top 50% and candidates, you are able to get a job. The bottom 50%, it is true because the market is very tough right now. So you may not be able to get a job even bottom for 50%. So therefore, I suggest all of you guys control how can you improve your skills, your interview skill, technical skill, all the skills you need to become a data scientist to become the top 1% candidate. Of course, if you want to become a product manager, you need to improve your business skills as well. Now, let me give you a specific examples regarding how people make transition and by focusing on being the top 1% candidate. During COVID, a student of mine, he's also immigrant, name is Troy. He's a part-time MBA at Chicago Booth. Eventually, he got a PM job, product manager job, and the companies decide to sponsor him green card right away. You might thinking, wow, during COVID, you barely can get an offer, but because Troy focused on how can he become the top 1% candidate, and the company liked him so much and decided to sponsor his green card right away. I'm so proud of that. And you might also thinking, well, you know what, during COVID, maybe your salary can go down. No, no, no. Another student of mine, Risa, she got an offer from Amazon. Do you know that her salary in Amazon is one of the highest you can ever negotiate from Amazon? I know lots of people's salary. Hey guys, so I know all the data behind it. So her number is the highest that you can ever get at Amazon as a product manager. The key is that those two people specialize and focus on becoming the top 1% candidate. So you can still get paid a lot more if you try to improve your own skills. Okay, so next question we need to focus on is where to find those opportunities. And I collected those lists of companies, industries, and the company on the right, a company still growing and hiring. And the ones on the left, a type of industries actually, quote, benefit from COVID. You know, some companies are growing because they're all doing digital transformation. Everybody's going online. So therefore, all the e-commerce growing like crazy. I also want to emphasize the one towards the bottom, EdTech, education technology company. Oh my goodness. Every teachers at home, like all the parents teaching their kids at home, the education company growing 10 times. I talked to CEO of an education company. Wow, his daily active user grew up by 10 times. So those companies continue to hire. They never stop. They even hire more people than before. And let me also give you some specific examples. For example, the kind of company like Chewy, you totally should focus on Chewy. So Chewy, if you have a dog or cat, you know Chewy very well. So Chewy is the Amazon for pets. You can see it that way, Amazon for pets. And the recruiter at Chewy, Isabel, told me that their company grew 40% every year over year, 40%. And they are hiring software engineer, data scientists, product managers. There's so many openings out there. So next part is like Squarespace. Squarespace, everybody, I mean, if you want to host your services online, you need to find some website hosting company. Squarespace is one of those. Wow, they're hiring product designers, software engineer, marketing intern. I bet they're also hiring data scientists as well. Another company, also one of my favorite company, Peloton, right? Do you guys work from home, work out? You work from home, yes. Do you work out from home as well? So Peloton is a company, they send you the subscription classes. They also sell you the bikes and treadmills. They sold more than 1 million bikes and treadmills to home right now. Each one is like, I think it's $4,000, something like that. They are making banks during COVID. So therefore, they're hiring lots of people. Data scientists, product manager of growth, solution consultant, focus on those companies who grow very rapidly during COVID. And there's another website I recommend all of you guys check out is Team Blind You guys can take a screenshot, use the link down below. And if you focus on fan company, actually Blind, I think it's a better version of what is called the Glassdoor, and has latest information and also all the salary information. So I recommend all of you guys to check out Blind as much as often as you can do that daily. And something else I recommend all of you guys is you need to check out those groups, data scientist group, like Facebook groups, and those groups has lots of resources. And for example, I got an interview opportunity in the product manager groups. I just figured out, well, someone is hiring, someone posts something and network with someone in the product manager group. I got an interview for the head of product of a publicly traded company. That's crazy. And the other part is I myself also has a group is called Product Manager and Change Maker. And this group specializes in helping people, helping you guys accountable to achieve your career goals. And you guys can like do a screenshot and of the barcode, and then you can go to this Facebook group later on as well. And I have another question for all of you guys. What type of jobs are you looking for? I assume you're all looking for data scientists. It is all data scientists. Just say yes in the chat. If it's more than data scientists, you gotta let me know, okay? So that we can laser focus on your needs. All right, so go to the chat. So let me know. If data scientists, just yes. Oh, someone's looking for product manager as well. Okay, Badash looking for PM. Oh, design. Gordon looking design. Amir's software engineer. Project manager, a people operation PM, data scientist. Oh, I thought everybody only look for data scientists. There's also some PM here. All right, let's, I do have some content about PM, but we may not cover as much as I used to at here, but I see lots of yes, machine learning engineer, data engineer, business development. Oh, you guys really has very different background. Okay, there's, I see the 50% looking for data scientist. I also see lots of PM, AL. Oh, lots of PM. I was surprised, data scientists. That's awesome. We have 50% data scientists, other are business analysts, and a few of them doing for looking for PM job. That's awesome. Okay, I do have resources for most of you guys. Let's get started. Now, next part, let me make sure you see this part very clearly regarding why you never heard back from the recruiter. Something I really need to remind all of you guys, there's data to support anything I say, because I was a PhD, I like data, myself, I was an engineer before. Why you never heard back from the recruiters was because 80% of jobs are offered through networking. The success rate of applying for jobs online on average is 1%. If you are 3% on applying jobs online, that's high. That's very high. You're above average already. So therefore, I recommend all my students to focus on the jobs. So how to apply for those jobs through networking instead of applying online. And the next thing is that, let me break this down 80%. What does it mean, right? So let's say you try 80% jobs through networking. And what's the impact of you not doing networking? And let's say this, the likelihood of any candidate getting a job is 10% with or without networking. It's combined of entire market. And during COVID, because there are fewer job openings and also more candidates looking for jobs right now. So the likelihood for anybody to get a job is 2.5%. And something speaking to my heart is that I'm also on H1B, guys. If you're also on H1B, the likelihood for you to get a job is 1%, because fewer companies like to hire people on H1B. So in the special case, what should you do is increase your efficiency. Let me break it down. What do you mean by increasing the efficiency? Number one is improve your resume. Number two, referral. Number three is interview. Let me give you specific example that you can use. And something when I talk about the numbers is that, for example, 30% of my students get an offer within 3 weeks because they focus on how to become the top 1% candidate. Of course, I specialize in product management. I hope data scientist student can achieve this result as well. And let me give you some specific example what you should do for those resumes so that you can get fast results. Only 10% of resume are selected through referral was because they missed two things. First of all, they missed keywords. And here, I use product management as an example. For product management, you need to use keywords like MVP, minimum viable product, requirement, roadmap, customer interviews. All those keywords need to show up again and again and again on your resume. Okay, that's what most people are missing, only 10%. And where's the 10% coming from? Earlier this year, I helped somebody to pass resume to one of my contact in TJ Maxx. I passed him 20 resumes, only like 2 people were selected for interview, was because the resume wasn't good enough. And something you might ask me why I can pass resumes, where's the connections coming from. If I have a newsletter where I send out weekly like referrals, if you are part of a newsletter, you will understand that because I have been in the industry for a while, I'm also a hiring manager myself and director of product. Lots of my friends in the past 10 years who went to BU with me, now they're hiring manager as well. They pass me those job openings and ask me to send them the best candidate. Yes, I do pass resumes for free, but people didn't have the keywords. I feel really sad that they wasted referral opportunity. The second thing they miss is that they do not have measurable outcome. Let me give you a specific example through my student Olga. So Olga used numbers and also something very impressive regarding how she described her achievement. She said something like reduce project cost by 20%. And obtaining like approval by 5 times faster, reduce defect by 68%. She also mentored people. 3 of them got promoted. Everything she said is super, super impressive. That will make you stand out. Even if you have referrals, your resume doesn't work, it still doesn't work. You guys, so focus on this. So eventually, Olga herself landed a job as a product manager, as you can imagine, because the resume is very impressive. The next part, I recommend all of you guys to check it out is those virtual networking conference and the meetup, right? It's about where do you go for those opportunities once you have this like amazing resume. And there's several meetups. I recommend all of you guys to check it out and conferences. It's like, for example, something I like the most is Venture Cafe. They have online event and something, oh, by the way, I forgot to show you the resources. And for Olga's resume, if you want to write a resume like Olga, and you can go to my YouTube channel by searching Dr. Nancy Lee on Google. And you can also take a screenshot, which has a link to my YouTube channel, which has a template to to Olga's resume that I use myself. I use very different template to apply for jobs. So you can go get this template as well. So let's get back to networking. So besides Venture Cafe, where else you can go is Alley, a company that is also specialized in co-working space, and they have lots of events, right? So for example, this specific event is focused on biotech. I know some of you guys are in the biotech space as well, based on what you put in the chat. So you can like join those like meetups and conferences and network with people in those like meetup. And there's, of course, I specialize in product management. There's also product management like summit and conferences. Some of those conferences are free, especially during COVID. Everything's online. The cost of running conferences is so cheap. They might give you free ticket as well. So therefore, you check out those conferences that's very relevant to your specific industry. So my next question to all of you guys is, have you attended any virtual networking event? Comment on the chat, yes or no. Besides this one doesn't count. Okay, have you attended any virtual networking event before this? I see yes, lots of yeses, some no, more yeses than no. I'm so proud of you guys. Awesome. Of some no's. Okay, take it easy, but hopefully after my talk, you're going to transform how you network and start networking today. Okay. So let me teach you how exactly you need to do during COVID, during networking. Use a very different networking strategy compared with in person. And something, well, I heard the COVID situation will last until next year, which means we still have half a year to go, guys. It's lasting for a long time. So you better go networking today. So what should you do? First of all, when you go networking, you need really nice background. This is the one of the virtual networking event I went to. So make sure you show your face. I suggest all of you guys turn on your camera so that you gain trust during COVID. Everybody's doing the Zoom calls right now. So turn on your camera and make sure you have a nice background, like what I have before and what I have like today. Later on, I will show you my background as well. So it will help you during the virtual networking event. And second, lighting is very, very important. So because I'm YouTuber, I bought a ring light. So give you lots of flashlight and make you look nicer, brighter. I also know that lots of you guys do not want to turn on the camera was because you feel like you do not look good. But the key is that find a really bright window, okay? Lighting changes everything. Lighting can change like 90% of how you look in front of the camera. Find the best lighting and then turn on the camera and engage with audience. And during this virtual network event, there's something else you need to do as well, right? You need to engage in the chat, like how I encourage all of you guys to join the chat today. You need to do the same thing. Introducing yourself, comment, and answer questions because this makes other people notice you. For example, Lauren, she's also smarter. She posts her LinkedIn in the chat, right? And the more you talk about yourself, talk about other people, oh, I wonder who this person is. So the next thing is that once you start to chat with people, what do you do next? See their name, you search them on LinkedIn. See? For example, I was giving a speech about women leadership earlier this year in a conference. And people comment on my chat. And of course, I always ask lots of questions for my audience to engage. And these people all have their names there. What should you do next? Look them up on LinkedIn. I have another question for all of you guys. Who do you network with on LinkedIn, right? You look up these people's name, but which is the target, right? You can't just send out like invitation to everybody. So who do you think should be a target? Comment on the chat. Who do you think should be a target when you network with people on LinkedIn? Let me see the chat. I see recruiter, future employers, company recruiter, interesting ones, hiring manager, yes. Human resource, people who work at a company, you want to work at similar roles as you. Actually, I see some good answers there. Kind of people who are in company and positions will be interesting working with. Exactly. There's some mistakes there. There's also some good ones here. Let me show you the answer because I specialize in networking, guys. There are 6 types of people you need to network with, but most importantly, you need to network with the hiring manager. Let me define hiring manager. Hiring manager is your future boss. You report to this person, that's a hiring manager, or people who are related to the hiring manager as close as possible. For example, if you want to apply for jobs at Microsoft, it is really difficult because Microsoft is very big, right? You can't just send your resume to anybody, send a recruiter. Even Microsoft has 1,000 recruiters. Which recruiter is responsible for your position makes a huge difference. So the most important person you need to network with are the hiring manager for that position. Let me give you a specific example regarding the impact of networking with hiring manager. I teach product manager interview bootcamp. For my August bootcamp that launched like 2 weeks ago, a student of mine, Sumya, he is a senior student at Boston University, just undergrad student, nothing special, but he has a desire to become a product manager. And he got 5 referrals in a week using the networking scripts I gave him. In addition, he also land a referral by the head of product at Uber. Imagine that the head of product at Uber pick up phone with him, like to give him advice. And gave him referrals. That was because he focused on who need to network with, who are the decision makers. Then right now, as we're speaking, he's in the first round interview with Uber. Can you understand how many candidates would like to join like Uber as an associate product manager position? Associate product manager is the most challenging jobs that everybody can get in, was because everybody can apply. The pool, the competition is the biggest, right? So he was able to even land like 5 referrals in a week, and including the head of product at Uber would like to refer him because he focused on using the right strategy to target the right people. Let me give you another example. Another student of mine, Anna, and after she applied the not networking script, I gave her, in the past, she only applied for jobs online, but right now, she got a product manager internship offer within 2 weeks. It's very fast because we laser focus on what is the most effective way to land a job offer. I don't suggest people apply for 100 jobs. It's not my strategy. It's not my style. I don't teach my students to do that either. So therefore, focus on the right people have the most outcome out of any effort you put in. Another example I want to give all of you guys is that something I really admire, that 70% of my students, they're entrepreneurs. Gloria, well, she's also a woman, a minority, just like me. In the past, she was a software support engineer, and within 7 weeks, she got a job as a product support manager. And on top of that, she was able to put aside of the time to work on her business. I just talked to her yesterday. She was working on her side business as entrepreneurs. And her long-term goal is like me, be an entrepreneur and do not want to work for anybody. So this offer she got was able to accommodate her time and give her the money to work on her side business. So you can do the same if you focus on using the right networking strategy, target the right people. So the next part is I want to tell all of you guys is you need to know how to sell yourself. Once you identify the right people on LinkedIn, right? How to sell yourself is critical. I made a YouTube video on my channel. I think this is like number 3, the most watched video on my YouTube channel about how to like tell yourself in 30 seconds. 30 seconds elevator pitch is critical. So let me teach you the framework I use in the 30 seconds elevator pitch. And in my YouTube video, it has a full example regarding my stories. Feel free to watch the full video to get in depth. Today, let me show you regarding how to do the 30 seconds elevator pitch. And the framework is 4 steps. Step 1, you tell them your name, easy. I am Dr. Nancy Lee. Step 2, you tell them you have how many years of experience related to type of jobs you're looking for. Related doesn't mean that you have to be a product manager. No, you have experience regarding doing customer interviews or like building MVP. That's all related experience. So tell them I have 5 years experience launching and developing technology product. That's all related. And third step, which is the most important part, most people do not do, you need to tell them the most impressive story of yourself. The most impressive story of yourself, so that when they heard it, they're gonna fall off the chair. There's so many candidates out there. If your story is not impressive, they easily forget about you tomorrow. And finally, you should tell them your goal. At the end, I'm looking for like how to say it, like director product. I was looking for director product type of goal, you know. But for other people, to be honest, you can tell them, you say, I'm looking for business analyst or like a data scientist position in tech company. Tell them what you're looking for so that they are not confused. So you need to use those like 3 steps framework, 4 steps framework to land a job, and especially use this, put it into your elevator pitch during networking and also during interview as well. All right, cool. Someone asked, do you deal with age discrimination? We can talk about it later on and save the answer later on. Okay, so let me also tell you regarding the impact of selling yourself. A student of mine, Kevin, it's crazy. So he only applied for jobs online 3%. 3% higher than average, guys. And after he decided to how to use specific way to sell himself, he got 2 referrals within 24 hours. And another student of mine, Vanessa, someone else mentioned that they have a gap in their career, right? They took a pause, they want to come back. I think Vanessa is a person has one of the biggest gaps among all of you guys in this like talk today. Vanessa is a stay-home mom for 14 years. All right. When she reached out to me, she's just trying to figure out what's the best way to reposition herself, and also explain that she decided to become a stay-home mom. She's a very proud mom. She never regret her decision. If she can do that again, she will still be a stay-home mom. But now life moved to the second stage. Her kids already moved to the go to college, or no, not college, in high school. She's getting ready to go back to work. And what she decided to do is she repackaged her side project. When she was a mom, she did something on the side, repackaged her side project, and sell herself based on her impressive 30 seconds elevator pitch and the accomplishment she has done for her clients through her side project. And she was able to land 6 interviews in 7 weeks. As of today, she is in the interview with a senior product manager with Zillow right now. I believe sooner or later, stay-home mom like Vanessa is able to land a job. She also got several final round interview as a product manager as well. I'm very proud of her. I love to tell Vanessa's story. If Vanessa can do this, you guys can do this as well, guys. There's lots of things. The sky is so big if you decide to soar really high and push yourself to the next level. And another example I want to tell all of you guys is that someone mentioned age discrimination. That's something very interesting. But I do help some of my students who is relatively seasoned and experienced. A student of mine, Andrado, and currently, after he decided to use specific product portfolio strategy, I teach him. And currently he's interviewing for Google as a directed product. Product portfolio today, we do not have time to cover this, was because this is mainly for the data scientist school. We can talk about this next time in my other webinars sometime in the future. Feel free to message me. I can send you my future webinar as well, so you can learn more about product portfolio. Something I want to share with all of you guys is, if you do not remember anything I say, and this is the most important thing, forget everything, but this is the only thing you need to remember, okay? That's the differences between rich people and poor people, that how rich people become richer, because they believe that investing in themselves is the only thing with guaranteed return. I learned this from one of my students. His name is Michael. When Michael reached out to me, he doubled my salary. That's crazy. He's a very successful CTO at the startup with 120 people. He managed 120 people. He doubled my salary. And I was like, Michael, why you're even here today? I just felt like you're better than me. Then Michael told me something very interesting that I was able to use his advice, apply to myself as well. Michael said, Nancy, yes, I'm successful in one thing, but you are very good at selling yourself and product management and networking. I want to learn those top 3 skills so that I can triple my salary, so that I can be even better. He focused on how to improve himself so that he can generate better value for the employer and eventually get paid more and get promoted as well. That's the differences between rich people become richer and poor people didn't understand they need to invest in themselves. They're trying to save money, but I've seen this a lot in many different students in the past. And to be honest, myself, I spent $30,000 in learning any new skills that I believe is critical for me to advance my career and start my own company. Within the $30,000, I already tripled, how much? I tripled my salary within 7 years. I also became a director of product within 4 years. Nothing happens overnight, but if you do not invest in yourself, it's very difficult to get results faster. So therefore, I recommend all of you guys to seriously think about what's the best way to invest in yourself and set a percentage of your savings, your salary. Let's say 5% or 1% of your income to learning something new, invest in yourself, it's going to give you so much return. Believe me, the return on investment for all my education money is always more than 10 times. I'm very frank with you guys. Okay, another example I want to give all of you guys is about impostor syndrome. That's one of my students, Yan, and Yan is also in my August bootcamp, which happened like 2 weeks ago. And when Yan reached out to me, she just felt like she didn't have the product management background. She didn't have the leadership. Basically, she just told me that she felt like she didn't have a lot of things. She felt that way. But in reality, she was very good applying the concept teacher. Guess what? She got a product manager job at the e-commerce company within 1 week. That was so crazy. And her background is a interior designer. She designed the offices for what is called Starbucks. Yeah, she's a more like physical space designer. She was able to get a PM offer within 1 week. That's crazy. When I got her email, I cried. I was like, you told me you feel like you don't have the leadership. She seriously felt like she doesn't have it. She almost quit the idea of trying to change her career. I was so lucky that she decided to push forward and she got an offer within a week. You can reach out to her. It's true. This is just crazy ideas. She can do it. You guys can do the same thing as well. All right. So finally, I just want to remind all of you guys is that actually besides teaching product manager bootcamp, I help people to negotiate their salary. The way it works is that the first $5,000 is free. Anything above $5,000, I take 10% off your gain, which means you have guaranteed success. If I can't help you to get $5,000 back, and you know what, you don't need to pay me at all. This is something, a service I do to help everyone else. And finally, as I mentioned, there is a bonus towards the end. There's a product manager interview template, not interview, product manager resume template. You can take a screenshot of this page and go to my YouTube channel and directly watch this video. And towards the end of the video, you're able to download the resume template I use. Lots of people love this video. Hopefully you're able to use the same template to create something as impressive as my student Olga as well. All right. Finally, this is my contact information. You can take a screenshot with my email and also my Instagram handle. I start to do daily Instagram stories. Yes, feel free to join me there and engage with me. Of course, I have a YouTube channel and my personal website. If you're on WeChat, you're also Chinese on WeChat, feel free to add me on WeChat as well. And this is the page of my Facebook group and also WeChat group. Feel free to take a screenshot, feel free to join me and hang out in those private groups as well. Cool. All right. Yeah, that's towards the end of my talk. Feel free to take a screenshot now. And someone's asked a question. Can you also share your LinkedIn? My LinkedIn or Murat's LinkedIn? You mean my LinkedIn? I will share you my LinkedIn.
Both of us, yeah.
Okay, both. Everybody shares. Everybody share. Everybody's LinkedIn here. It's all networking. Cool. All right. Yeah, feel free to share. At this moment, feel free to type in your comments or your questions into the Q&A session so we can jump to Q&A as well. I will find my LinkedIn and put it in the chat for you guys. Feel free to take a screenshot. We have 3 seconds. So then we will go back to the Q&A session. Awesome. Cool. All right, I will stop sharing now. How to stop share. Cool. All right. Yeah, you guys should all share your LinkedIn and you network with each other. That's awesome. Yeah, feel free to type in your question here. Have you connect where in, yeah, let me find my LinkedIn and post there as well. But at the same time, please type in your comment. I'm trying to find my LinkedIn and put it there. Oh, where is my LinkedIn? I found it.
A great Zoom background.
Ha 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 ha, thank you. I got this is a curry cutter warrior I got from China. It's crazy. I'm obsessed about where it came from. Cool. So I put my and I put my LinkedIn in the chat. You guys can connect with me. Feel free to put in any questions. Okay. Let me see what other questions you guys have. Carl said, please include me in future talk in product management portfolio. Yes, I will. Yes, you can. If I forgot to add you guys, feel free to email me. You have my email and I can add you to the portfolio as well. Cool. All right, so let me answer those questions. Question 1, is cover letter still necessary? It is, but it's not as important. Cover letter is mainly being used that I have the right attitude. I want to show myself that I really appreciate your company. I write something tailored to who you are. So it helps. So it's good to have. I put this way, it is good to have for everybody. I recommend everybody to do it, but most important thing is your resume. Yeah. So the next question I have is that, can you please send me a link for virtual networking event? I will send it over to you guys later. Why don't you guys email me? I will send it over to everyone. Email me back because it's hard to write the link right now. I'll put my email in the chat. You should also have my contact information. It's drnancylee@gmail.com. Feel free to email me. I'll send you the links. So the next question is, how do you package yourself as top 1% if changing career or returning from gap? Okay, good question. The way you package yourself has 3 parts. In that, step 1 is you need to understand what they're looking for the job opening. And second, you understand through your prior experience, even if you have a gap, right? Through the prior experience, what's relevant. Let me give a specific example. Lots of my students, almost all my students, not almost, besides Andrado himself is a VP of product. He came to my bootcamp. He's just trying to do better in his interview, right? Besides Andrado, most people I teach, they are from something else, CTO or like engineering, lots of engineers, MBA, lots of MBAs as well. They're all something different. But if you have done something related to customer interview, did you write requirement? Were you involved in the agile process, right? That's something very relevant to product management. Even if you have a gap, yeah, you have 3 years gap, 5 years gap, it's okay. But before this gap, have you done anything relevant to product management? If you haven't, you need to amplify your related experience about product management. So that's the second thing you need to do. The third thing you package yourself a top 1% candidate is to build a product portfolio. As I said today, I didn't know that people in the, it's also interesting product management. I saw everybody's in data scientist. Murad can tell you more about what you need to do for for the data scientist job. But for product manager, I recommend my students to build a product portfolio to show that I have done something similar to what you want me to do in the future. This is evident. That's a portfolio I built. That's like I interview like 20 or 100 customers. That's their feedback, how I got the result. So that's how you bridge the gap and become the top 1% candidate. Those are the 3 steps you need to do. On top of that, the networking script and also 30 seconds elevator pitch is also, it's a fundamental, regardless you are data scientist or business analyst, everybody needs to do it as well. You talk so quickly, explain the percentage sharing again. Okay, so the percentage sharing, what I mean is that, so sometimes some of my students, they get many offers. It's crazy. So they say they don't need help to get a job, but they'll come back saying, Nancy, I want to negotiate higher salary. The way it works is that if I help them, let's say original offer is 100 grand, I help them to get 120 grand. I take 10% of the 20 grand minus $5,000. So which means if I help you to grow by $5,000, you get it for free. Anything under $5,000 growth is free. Above anything above the 5,000 growth, I take the 10% of your growth. That's what the package is. That's what it's about. How to get a job we can be happy. Oh, this speaks to my heart. I personally believe that life happiness is the most important thing. To be honest, it's not about money, and it's about the impact. To me, it's totally about the impact, about what I can help people, and if I really like the job, is the job meaningful or not. What I believe that the way to get a job that really make you happy is to do your soul searching first, to understand your value, what makes you happy, and ask yourself why. What's your short-term, long-term goal? For example, to be frank with you guys, my long-term goal is seriously building nonprofit to help people from middle-income families who is not able to get American education. This is my dream, and my long-term goal is not about making money at all, but that's something truly make me happy. So you need to identify what truly make you happy. Then you build smaller milestones. Is there anything I can do to help me with my long-term goal? That's one of the reasons I start to teach, so you can do this as well. Same thing as if your long-term goal is, I don't know, entrepreneur. What's the step one you can do to help you become an entrepreneur? And that is going to trigger your happiness more than just doing the job make you happy, because align with your value, who you hang out with, what's your long-term goal, that makes you happy. That's my personal opinion. I do think after I shift my focus of definition of happiness, and things start to change. Yeah. So question, the percentage share has nothing to do with your course. Yes, you're right, it has nothing to do with my course. That's two separate offerings. I teach product management, helping get a job as a product manager. That's two separate things. For negotiation, I negotiate any salary for anybody. So it's two separate things. You can just ask me to negotiate salary for you if you want to. I also see many questions. What about thank you letter after the interview? Oh yeah, thank you letter, 200%. Everybody need to send a thank you letter within like 24 hours right after the interview. It's very important, because majority of the people do not send out thank you letter. At least you show that you're more sincere. What if you're on the fence? Thank you letter will help. If you really, like your interview skill really sucks, thank you letter not help at all, to be honest. If you're on the fence, it will help. So I recommend all of you guys send a thank you letter within 24 hours. By the way, do I speak too fast? I can speak slower. If you want me to speak slower, let me know as well. Because I have lots of content to cover, I usually speak very fast. How do you transition from engineer to a product manager? Did you take other opportunities to gain product management experience? Lastly, ask this question. No, I didn't do other things to transition. The way I transitioned was I was able to repackage my prior experience into product management. The way I did it is that actually for my prior job, I did lots of requirement. I also did lots of architecture work, like system architecture for software engineering. So my prior experience allows me to write lots of requirements. What I lack, like 4 years ago when I transitioned into PM, is the business side of things, right? So when I interview for those job openings, I just study lots of things about business, anything about business, to be honest. You study things you lack, and then you package what you had before. My prior job, engineering job, had those related experience, so I don't need to do a side project. If like lots of my students in my bootcamp, they're undergrad, and some of them they're like business analysts. They haven't really done anything about requirements, gathering, customer interview. Then they seriously need to do like side project, do something relevant. So it depends on who you are, you use different strategy. And let me see more questions. It is? Oh, that's a different story. it is possible to move to data scientist from data warehouse developer. I think I will leave this question to Murad towards the end. This is a good question. And what if a job asks for many more years of experience than I actually have, but I have many of the skills I listed? Should I apply? Yes, you should. Yes. This is the truth behind it. First of all, when recruiters list all the job opportunities and out there, they give you the ideal candidate. In reality, there's no ideal candidate. Same thing, there's no ideal husband, ideal boyfriend. You guys all know that. You meet 80% or 60%, whatever percentage, they're good. In reality, usually, if you can meet the 60% of the qualification, you should apply. That's a rule. 60% is a golden rule. If you meet the application 60%, you should apply, you should try, because nobody has 100%. Your next question is years of experience. What you can emphasize, that's why you need to learn how to sell yourself, how to package your story. Even if you have like fewer years experience, but you're able to tell them that with less time, but I was able to make bigger impact. Same thing as when I became a director product, all the director product position, they said we need 10 years product management experience and 5 years people management experience. Clearly, I'm not even half of what they're looking for regarding years of experience. But an interview, almost all the company who I interviewed with, they said, it's very clear, it's very impressive. You achieved a lot regarding who you are within a short amount of time. It's not achievement, it's more than that. You got a lot because you spent a short amount of time. Yes. So therefore, when you interview and also do the job application, networking, everything, you need to tell them that I have higher success rate than everybody else. It's also my personal belief is that I don't think years experience is the best way to quantify how great this person is. It's about your achievement. If your achievement is there, even if you have fewer years experience, you should still apply. You just need to know how to network, how to sell yourself, figure out the rest, but you are qualified to apply. Yes. How long is my course? Oh, I teach product management. It's 6 weeks group coaching, and also unlimited office hours, also include several one-on-one sessions. That's something different. You can go to my website to learn more. We can talk offline. And and I also support my students until they get a job. So probably it depends on how soon you get a job, but usually they get a job within 3 months. There's another question. Do you recommend tailoring the resume depends on the position and the company, or just using one single resume? Oh yeah, this is 200%, 300%. Yes, you need to tailor your resume to each individual job you apply for. For example, your data scientist resume cannot be used for product manager resume. 200%, okay? Don't do that. You will get rejected on the spot. And it's not about honesty or not honesty. It's your thinking from the hiring manager's perspective. I've interviewed more than 100 people. I'm a hiring manager. I'm still hiring people all the time, So when I read this resume, if this candidate clearly say that my prior experience is this, that's what's relevant to product management. So, okay, that makes sense. Okay, and then it helps me to consider whether he's the right person. If he came from a data scientist background, but he also have done something in ABCD related product, that's great, right? You do need to tailor your resume. Do not use data scientist to apply for product management. Do not use product management to apply for data scientist. That's biggest mistake. Oh, let me see. Okay, I think I answered almost all the. Jesse drew some most. Okay, do you have a recommendation for someone with mostly client service experience entering analytical science? I think it's for Murad. Let me finish all the questions I can answer and take everything back to Murad about data scientists. He's an expert. So I recommend something else I recommend you guys is that there are so many career coaches out there. Majority of them, 90 5% of them, they are HR background. They hire people for Amazon, but the general HR. I wouldn't recommend you guys to go to this HR as a career coach because they're generalist. They can only help you to like package your resume for the first round interview. But the way you hire product manager and data scientist is very different. So therefore, if you're looking for products like a product management, come talk to me. Looking for data scientists, talk to Murad. So I do not recommend talk to generalists. I don't think they produce the best result. Just personal opinion. And also how I learn myself. Each time when I learn public speaking, I find someone who is really good at public speaking instead of generalists saying that I can do everything you want to learn. So nah, I don't think the best way to learn. Okay. You actually speak to a hiring manager and negotiate on the client behalf? No, I teach the client what to say, and the client bring the information back to me. The client will be like, okay, talk to HR. They said this. What should I do? And I said, based on what he said, you should say this. So they go back and forth, but I'm behind the scenes to teach them how to come up with the right strategy. Oh, how many side projects are needed for the portfolio? My student, I recommend only one side project. So one side project is good enough. It's not about quality, it's about quantity. Oh, sorry, it's not about quantity, it's about quality. So I specialize in this. I do believe that it's not a number game. It is about how well you have done. Maybe you only have one project, you only have one startup, the startup gets sold. Yeah, you don't need to have 100 startups to show that you're really good at doing things about startup, right? So yeah, I think if you can do really good one is good enough. I am one of the older generation. I have experience in software engineering, but have been out of job market for 6 years. I've been updating my skills in the past 6 years. How can I market myself to compete with younger generation for the job? Very good question. Actually, I have several students who are also relative in the relative like more experienced and senior and mature stage of their career. And the thing is that when you compete with younger generation is that first of all, you need to change your mindset. Even if you are more senior, but there's something you need to learn in terms of the latest technology, right? For example, for cloud containers, in the past 10 years, 8 years, people use VM. Now in the past 4 years, more people use containers. So which means you got to learn container technology, figure out the latest and hottest things. All the young people are learning, you learn the same thing. And second, regarding the more senior with years of experience, here's the thing. It's okay you have a gap on your resume as long as you can explain to them and why this was going on. And to be honest, myself, maybe sometime in the future, after I get my green card, I cannot quit my job now. Let's say sometime in the future, I want to take a break. When I come back to the workplace, what I would do during this process is networking. I would be telling them, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm doing during this 6 years. I did more education. I did more side project. It's about you continue to network and show them that during the 6 years, you still have growth. You didn't go back. You became even better and stronger, more knowledgeable about software engineering. That's the key behind it. Oh, someone asked about cover letter. I answered this already. Yes, you need to write a cover letter, but it's not the most important thing. It is something good to have, but I suggest all of you guys to have it, but it's not a deal breaker. It will make you stand out a little bit better. But resume and other stuff is way more important than cover letter. What do you think is the salary range of a candidate with a master's degree related to entrepreneurship? Depends on what type of job you're applying, but the master's degree is not related to product management. Can you give more tips on salary negotiation? Okay, so I have 2 live webinar on YouTube. Those are like 1 hour long. I broke it down all the step-by-step framework about how to negotiate higher salary. I recommend you to watch the video very carefully. That has all the step-by-step framework. At here, I can tell you the range of product manager salary. I know lots of people salary. So if you are entry-level product manager, very entry level, you can get at like 80 grand up to 120 grand. That's the range. Regardless your degree, if you can get a job, because all the product managers, they came from very different background. They are something else, believe me. I was an engineer, right? But when you transition to a like entry level product manager, you can get from 80 to 120. But this is based on assuming you don't have much experience. With someone already have experience, like myself, because I told them my prior engineering experience is very related to product management. They pay me like much more than number I told you earlier. Yeah, so it's not related to degree. It's about if you can get the type of jobs they're looking for. In each company had different band, different ranges, like Amazon, band 5, different range, and band 6, different range. Actually, I think in a week or so, I'm going to post a YouTube video about how much product managers make, like break it down in many different layers. Depends on locations, years experience. You should watch the video when it's coming out. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Is there as well. Yeah, I will post my YouTube channel again at here. So you guys, you can subscribe and turn on the notification once the salary information video is available. You can watch it. Has a breakdown for you, but that's the entry level I just told you. Oh, when attending virtual networking event, what outcome should I look for? Yeah, the outcome you should look for is that you should look for someone to network with that is going to lead you to the type of job you're looking for and being able to pass your resume to the hiring manager. Oh, how can we tailor your LinkedIn to apply for different jobs? Changing resume easy, but LinkedIn is hard. It is true. For LinkedIn, I only have 1 copy of LinkedIn. It is really hard to have 3 versions of LinkedIn. So yeah, you really do not tailor your LinkedIn, but I will make my LinkedIn more broader, which if, let's say you want to apply for data scientist, also want to be a product manager. So I will write the description for both. You can write your description on LinkedIn longer. So in one section is about my experience regarding data scientists, then the second section, my experience about product management. So you can put more content on LinkedIn. It's also more searchable. When you change into new career, do you start at an entry level again or more experienced level? Changing career senior. Oh, here's the thing. What happened to me and all my students, we start at experience level because we know how to sell yourself and also how to package your prior experience to make it relevant. For example, a student of mine, he's a consultant, and then he transitioned into product management. Now he's interviewing for senior product manager. Yeah, you were thinking he has no PM experience, you should be entry-level PM. No, because you have consulting experience. Some part of consulting is related to product management. He's interviewing for senior PM right now. So you do not downgrade if you know how to quantify your impact, what's a relevant experience. For example, if you're a dancer for 10 years, then you want to be a PM. Yeah, you'd better start from very beginning, right? But there's some other things, if you can make the connection, you don't need to take a cut. And to be honest, each time when I jump ship, for example, the first time when I jumped from engineer to product manager, I got 30% raise. And this time when I become a director of product, I got 40% raise. Each time there was little like transitions. You know how to package yourself. You always get paid more and you got a higher title as well. Okay, I think I answered all the questions. Cool. Okay, Murat, there's more questions for you.
Oh,
Can you
thank you.
suggest movies based on business analysts or data scientists? I think that's
Okay.
very cute
If you
question.
know any movies, I will love it too. So it will be interesting. Is it good for Hollywood data science movie? Or maybe it could be a sitcom too. So there are some questions. As far as I understand, people from different background want to be data scientists. I can tell you different background is always good for the data science because data science is data plus science. And the science part is a lot about your domain knowledge. And I actually gave a talk 2 days ago on Magnimind. It was my first talk after 100 talks. You can just watch that. My point is, if you have a good domain knowledge and if you learn data science, it's a good hybrid. So it's more easy to get job because a lot of supply now, a lot of people going into data science is a hype word. So that's your previous background is always helpful as being a niche. Second is I tell you in another niche is becoming a product manager for data science is becoming a growing area, especially we get people in our boot camps. They have 20 years, 30 years experience in different areas and product management. They learn data science. I think if you guys have such background, it's always good plus as well. And I share my LinkedIn and YouTube, that talk I gave 2 days ago about the path to become a data scientist. And we have a lot of others in there actually. You can watch those as well. And you can send me an email, actually murat@magnimindacademy.com or muratbadai@gmail.com. Thank you for Nancy, all this insightful talk. I learned a lot myself and we get great feedback from people. And Thomas may actually close the program.
Thank you for having me.
Sure, and thank you, Nancy, for coming, and thank you everyone else for attending the talk, and thank you, Murat, for answering these questions as well. We hold these talks to hopefully inspire people to keep furthering their learning, and you have all come and done that today, so thank you for doing that, and also for sharing your LinkedIn. If you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, comment what you thought about today's meetup or what you think about our online Zoom format. Also, please join us for our next scheduled meetup on September 5th, where we will be having a workshop on intermediate Python for data science. Thank you, everyone, and have a good night.
See you guys.